Alright, so what is up everybody? So in this video I'm going to do a showcase on the newly reworked Godly, which is Sukuna. Now you can see right here Sukuna Godly. He got reworked. And not just that, his look got reworked as well. So he looked really nice now, which I'm glad. And also another thing about him that you can obviously see now, he is a fire element. He is no longer a dark element. So now Sang Jinwoo is the only dark Godly, which is I'm fine with. His Godly passive is still the same. And he gained a lot of new buffs. So yeah, I'm gonna showcase Sukuna in this game, in this video I mean. And yeah, let me get into a game and perform the showcase. Yep. Now I've seen the God with Sukuna. I've seen a little bit of it because I played a couple of times earlier for the new game mode. And let me just say, he is probably one of the most menacing or probably the strongest unit in the entire game, while at the same time having the most damage, okay? So he still costs the same amount to place down, which is 5,000, which is kind of obvious, like it's fine. And for farm, I'm bringing Bulma and Idol. So yeah, let me farm up a little bit. Not farm, just let me get my money up. So, Sukuna. This is Sukuna rework. Let me turn the attack effect so you can see that. Very nice. So, as you can see immediately, he has three like stuff above his head. The first one is like current vow, tower vow, and then shred. So let's talk about it. That's gonna be his passive. For attack effect, he will still deal dismantle, and then he will deal plasma later on, and then he will go back to dismantled again. So passive. On placement, he will have two passive. The first one is called the power vow. So in the previous version of Sukuna, before the rework, the power vow worked with his ability. So you use his ability, and there will be a chance for the ability to basically went up a level in vow. But now it's his passive. So now every 60 seconds, he will goes up from vow 1 to number 2 to number 3, number 4, and then he will go back to down to number 1. Now each vow has different effect. So for the first one, it will increase his dot damage by 35%. For vow 2, it will increase his range by 30% and damage by 10%. For vow 3, he will be able to do a shred passive and apply bleed plus dismantle, and then his base crit also set to 20%. That's why you can see that he has a 65% crit chance right now. And then lastly, on the fourth vow, ability will deal 25% more damage, and then he will also unlock an ability and unlock a new passive. Now, if he returned to vow 1 from 4, all passive, buff, and abilities that he will gain from vow 2 to 4 will be removed, so yeah, that's normal. Now, what is shred based off vow 3? Well, shred is basically that every 80 seconds he will deal 5 times of the current damage, and he will also apply dismantle based on that multiplier that it was inflicted. And then he will also inflict extinguish on 3 enemies in range for 30 seconds, and it doesn't work on boss, only normal enemies. Now, what is extinguish? If extinguish is basically making so that the enemies doesn't have any element resistance, and they will also take more damage the lower their HP are. But more specifically, 30% HP will take more damage, and also if the enemy is below 20% HP, there will be a chance for the enemy to just instantly die overall. So let's slowly move Sukuna to the front. There you go, nice. Alright, now Sukuna is at front now. Alright, so let's start upgrading him now. For skill tree, Sukuna has the range and crit and range skill tree. Alright. So first upgrade will increase his damage, and then it will increase his range by a lot as well. And then he will turn into a circle AoE now, and he will do plasma instead of dismantle. And then next, and then he will go back to dismantle now, and it will gonna be a code AoE. Next, and then on ultimate clave he will turn into a line AoE, and he will also obtain a new ability called Divine Flame. Now, Divine Flame is a nuke, a mini nuke basically. It will deal 25 times of the Sukuna current damage, and it will apply Sunburn based on this multiplier. But if you use this ability while Sukuna is on Vow 4, the damage is increased to 50 instead of 25. So if you are on Vow 4, this ability will increase the damage by twice. So instead of 25, it's 50, okay? Next, he'll also unlock a new ability again on upgrade 12, which is called the Evil Shrine. The Evil Shrine will deal 750 billion damage and apply bleed equal to that damage. And enemies that survive this nuke, they will take double damage from Shred passive, which is this one right here, for the duration. So yeah, this is another really good nuke. 500 second cooldown, 250, and lastly on maxed out, he will have a chance to basically, there's gonna be a third what's it called, a third nuke, but you need to wait until Black Spar. There you go. We need to wait a little bit, so yeah. So before that, let's do a review. So 456 million damage, 133 range. So yeah, so a lot of people complain that Sukuna has terrible range. Now he is not. Okay, you can see that World Slash. So let me take a screenshot of that. So World Slash, let me look at the screenshot, and I'm gonna show the screenshot on the video as well, because you can't really see the screenshot while I'm recording. So deal 7.5 trillion damage to all enemies on the map, and ignore all element resistance when this ability is used. Through Curse King return to the first vow, and it will also disable the vow passive for 60 seconds once you use the ability. And then during this disabled window, he will deal 30% less damage, and then he will only be able to use that ability, which is once he is on Vow 4. So yeah, so 414 million damage, 102 range, 6.6 second SPA, 45% crit chance, and 252 crit damage with a 900, almost 950 million, sorry, for attack effect. So yeah, and lastly, he will cost 1.78 million to max out. So he's one of the most expensive one, but at the same time, he's one of the best one, because he has basically 3 nuke, and one of them has a decently short cooldown, but one of them is like a 7.5 trillion nuke. So yeah, this is Sukuna. He's really good now. I would say he's top 4, top 3 now. I still think that Ichigo overall is still a little bit better, because Ichigo is cheaper to place down, cheaper to max, and as well is more versatile. If you're comparing which is better between Sukuna and Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh is obviously better, even though Gilgamesh has one less nuke than Sukuna, but Gilgamesh nuke is better because it deal like so much more damage, and also Sukuna has basically like a mini nuke as well for his passive. So yeah, this is Sukuna Godly Rework Showcase. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video and find this very informative and helpful. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.